Hi, in this video we're going to be looking at this tool called Whiteboard.fi. Now the reason why we're looking at this is as an interactive whiteboard, Whiteboard.fi will allow you to provide instant feedback to your students, model live outcomes and monitor what it is students are doing. In order to get started, sign in. Start by signing in with Google. Once you enter, select live sessions and then start new session. Name your session and you'll see that you'll have an expiration of 2 hours, which means that the session will last for 2 hours if you need it to. You also have the option to enable a waiting lobby. Now there are pros and cons to this. If you don't enable it, students can enter without you. But if you do enable it, you must remember to allow students to enter. Let's have this example where the lobby is turned on. Select new session. Now at this point, this is what you should see. This area over here is your whiteboard, and then the area on the side here is the information for your students to join. So copy this link here, and we've got a Google Meet ready with 3 of my students inside. We're going to go over to the message and then paste that in. A tip for you is to hover over and pin this message, which means that if anyone joins the meeting late, this will pop up for them. If you don't pin this and then they join the meeting, they will not see this and you'll have to paste it again. So this is what the students will see, and here they'll just have to add their name in and then say joined whiteboard session. They were taken to this, a lobby waiting room. So for you, that will pop up here. And then you'll have to accept them individually. So if this is challenging because you have a lot of students, then it might be worth disabling the lobby altogether, but this is a safety feature for you. So once inside, you can now use this whiteboard to demonstrate and write whatever it is that you want. However, you can also go to the side here and bring in an image. Unfortunately, the PDF version is only for the Pro version, but you can bring in an image. So for the sake of this example, I brought in an exam question and I can select it, make it bigger, smaller. You can also zoom in and out as it's an infinite whiteboard. And just quickly looking at the tools on the side here, you've got the ability to draw and change the thickness of your pen, highlighter tool, and eraser. Now, one thing you'll find is that this is an image. So if you try to draw on this image, you can do, but if you try to erase it, you'll notice that it will take away that image. So the way to solve this is once you bring in your image, select it, and then at the top here, go to grid and then flatten to background. This then, you cannot select it, you can't make it bigger or smaller, but you can zoom in and out. We also have a few other tools inside here, such as shapes, the ability to draw lines. So this is a great tool for them to use. And if they haven't got a touchscreen device, text if they want to answer a question. And then a few tools here in terms of graphs, equations, angles. They can create an angle and insert it in, and that's just an image, so you can delete it. You've also got things like a ruler, and you can move that around to measure. So for example, you can use the line tool and it won't stick to the ruler, but you can draw a pretty decent straight line. On the right hand side, you'll see all of the students here, and you can make that grid bigger or smaller, or just search for students. You'll notice that here you have a student with a green dot and here one without a green dot. What that is students can sometimes be inactive, which means that they're not using their tools or they've now gone offline. So for them to start using the tools, you'll see that the green dot will appear. From the student's perspective, you'll see that they can have their own whiteboard, but they can also see your whiteboard as a teacher. So as you make changes to your whiteboard, they will then instantly see it on their side over here. So from the teacher view, you can actually take this question now and place it onto every whiteboard. Go up to the top where it says students, and then push teacher whiteboard to students. Here you have two options. If you select this first one, you're only going to be selecting that one page, not your full whiteboard. And then the second one is, if your students already have work on their whiteboard and you don't want to erase what they're doing, select this and it will go on to their second page. At the moment, they don't have anything on their pages, so I'm going to deselect this and press push. You'll then see that every student will have that same question on their board. You can go through to every single student and see what they're doing live. And then go back and forth to see if everyone's on track. When you're done, press exit student. So as a teacher, what you can do now is you can go over to a student, and if I'm showing my screen on Google Meet, everyone can see this example of the student's work. If you would like to hide the student's name, you can also go to student and then hide student name just here. But I can also then speak about this work or get my student to speak about this work. Unfortunately, we don't have the ability to save all of the whiteboards in one go, but you can go to each individual student whiteboard, select this button here, and then download each individual one as a PDF if you wish. You also have the option to erase all student whiteboards and start again. So lastly, from a student's perspective, I've got a few tools here as well. The same tools as the teacher has over here. I can even insert my own photograph if I want to take a picture of my work and share it with everyone. If I don't have a touchscreen, I can type, and then once I type, this box will pop up and I can make that bigger or smaller. I can draw lines like you can see here, and I can change the colors of the lines here. I can raise my hand as well. I also have a button here that says copy teacher. Now, if I press this button, it means that I can copy what's on the teacher's board onto mine, but it will replace mine. So I would just recommend that students be very careful with pressing this button. And then lastly, from the menu, I can download this if I want to keep it as a PDF as an example. So as this is a free version, there are a few limitations as you would expect. The maximum students you can have per session is 20. The session will only last for 2 hours and then it will end and it will not save. And then lastly, we do not have the ability to save every whiteboard in one go. So that can be frustrating if you do want to pick it up from one lesson to the next. But as a free tool, this is a powerful thing that you can use to help students visibly show what they're doing and give them live feedback. So give it a go.